I love that sound. It's a familiar sound for all my aliens, apes, and zombies. Man, we have a huge panel here this evening on a Tuesday. It's 9 p.m. in Chicago, but man, we have people all over the place. As you can see, a wide panel. And to start off right away, we're going to go right into the Dreamers because we have Jason back once again from Bitlectro Labs. And, you know, you're coming. I'm seeing you a lot. You know, I'm seeing you out in New York, you know,
Yep.
at the bombs that we were just talking about prior to coming on here.
Yep.
You know, we're seeing you obviously with you know, the Dream Loops, now with the Dreamers. And you know what? We're gonna give you a little FaceTime here as I kind of set up my page here because I have a little claiming to do. So how about you talk
Beautiful.
about the claiming process that I'm gonna be handling here in a minute?
Yes, this has been really exciting. You know, we've spent the past, you know, we're coming up to a month since the launch of the Dreamer, so we're finding that kind of the last trickling amounts of claims, whether it be from the airdrop or it be from Twitter giveaways or for kind of events like this with you, Novo, people are just kind of, you know, getting to the final end of our claim kind of amount. It never expires, but just the amount of them. There's only a few left to claim, which is really exciting. So what he's doing right now is going through. I think he has a handful to claim, which is fantastic. And then we built this really cool 2D unwrapping environment, or awakening environment rather, where you can sit and essentially reveal which dreamer you have. So that's what they look like when they're frozen up on the screen, which is really fun. And then it's up to the user whether they want to awaken it or not. So it's really cool. It kind of gives the user the when metadata reveal, I guess, because it kind of gives us back the vibes of, like, you know, trading cards and sports cards and holding packs of wax as sealed, and you know, maybe you have a really rare one that you haven't awakened yet, right?
So it's the opening. I like how you reference to that, just to like baseball cards, because like you always get that pack. You always wait on what you're going to get in there. You know, is it going to be a jersey card? Is it going to be a foil card? Is it going to be, you know, what is it going to be behind, you know, that wrapper, which makes it just, that's the fun of collecting and seeing what you're going to get. All right.
Totally.
So I just, we're waiting on the blocks to chain right here. We got
No worries. Reminds us
gas
of last time, as you recall. Remember when we had to wait for like 15 minutes or something like that for a dream loop to unwrap? That was brutal. Remember that on like our first show we did together?
I was pulling my tassels out of my hat here, just trying to get for it because we were just waiting for it, and like that was the fun as us waiting for it. And with that, all right, it says thank you being claimed. If I can get rid of a tab right there before it's out of range, let's see if you can get in there.
Let's see. So something that's really cool about this as well is that we've developed such a different unwrapping environment, or awakening environment rather, compared to the dream loop. So on our first show that we did with you, Novo, you sat down and kind of did a 3D, you know, virtual desk unwrapping. This one's more like this very crazy cryostasis chamber. So I don't know if you've actually awakened a dreamer before, but if you haven't, you're in for kind of a treat. I think this awakening environment and or metadata reveal, if you want to get technical, is really, really cool. This is like my favorite part of the whole collection, to be honest. So
awesome. So yeah, it says thank you for claiming. In the lower left, we got the green check mark.
That's good. So then you should just go to my Bitlectro on the top right there. Great. And if they did go through, they should show up here.
So it might just be a minute for we're getting the metadata numbers coming up.
Which is good. So then if you click on one of those, let's see, can you hover over? Yeah, click on it. There we go. So then you can go to Unfreeze Dreamer right underneath there, and it's going to bring us to our unwrapping environment. Very cool. So there we go, right?
This is dope. Yeah. You guys weren't joking.
See, man? Yeah, I think it's really fun. So then it's going to give you a little gas charge just to basically, you know, unwrap the token. And I think it's so fun, though. Like, compared, and I think that's what's really cool about this collection is that the 3D unwrapping environment was so fun. It was kind of like a first of its time to do this, you know, user given metadata reveal, which was fun. Kind of throwbacks to things like NBA Top Shot. We built the 3D desk, which was a fun challenge for our team. But now to go into this 2D environment, this was so fun to not only deploy, but also for Keel to do all the designing on this. Man, we were seeing all the mock-ups over the past couple months, and we're really pleased how it came out. You see all the different backgrounds in the back as well.
I think that's awesome. I think that's dope. And that's just like right on key to your guys' brand from the get-go, from the beginning, you know?
Totally.
So how did you get the gas transaction really low for this second part of it? I mean, is there a layer 2 involved in that? Or, I mean, that was something that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's just kind of like making everything as lean as we can, right? And I think it's just coming into our second collection. We want to make everything smaller, leaner, faster, better, right? And then, that's just basically Brett and Josh kind of working their magic on the back end, making sure everything is as cheap and as user friendly and as easy as it can be. It took us a little while, like even from when we were first unwrapping them or unfreezing them, rather, there were little bugs and stuff, and we've really kind of come into our own over the past couple of weeks to make a really nice experience, we think. So it looks like you're all ready to go, which is exciting.
So I just click this button down here.
You're gonna hit click to unfreeze, and it'll open up. Oh, let's see. Did you click it?
Yeah, I just clicked it right now.
Let's see. It should close. Let me see. I wonder if we're gonna have to. Sometimes this happens and it kind of gets hung, so then we just got to send it off to our guys to kind of push the reveal. That's weird. Did it not close? I didn't see it close.
No closing. You actually hit the box up here, the arrow, the X on the top right.
Weird. Okay, hold on here. Let's see.
So you got your same beat loop DJ in the back with the song going on, which I love. The motion which we've had in the Dream Loops prior, and now the Dreamers are kicking in.
Exactly.
I love
so yeah,
the interactivity of this, man. This is super cool. I've never seen something like a reveal like this.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. It's cool. It's been a fun challenge, and I mean, it's not seamless all the time, as you can see, but it's fun in the sense of it gives the user just a different kind of experience, and we think that whether we do a mass metadata reveal in our next collection or not, we don't know where there's anything's on the table. We want to, if we do a mass one, do a really kind of cool reveal style. So no matter what we do, whatever metadata reveal, we want to be unique compared to everyone else. We don't just want to hit refresh and kind of run it. So whether it be, I don't know, I dream of like a party in CryptoVoxels or something. We have a live stream where it's like rolling out the metadata reveal. That'd be super sick if we want to do a mass reveal. But for kind of one-of-ones, I think this is pretty fun too. Let me send a message off to the guys here as well, just to see if we can kind of push that for you there, Novo.
Hey, not a problem at all.
Thank you. Do you have the token ID there for you as well?
I know it was a 13 in the beginning. Let's see here.
Let's see. Token ID.
What I can do is...
I'm jamming to this music, though.
Yeah, it's got like some Shinobi vibes or something.
And then I could go My Bitlectro if you want. I mean, did you claim 2 as well? We could try opening up another. But,
yeah, I claimed 2 of them. I claimed 2 of them on the first one. Should I exit out of this window right here?
Yeah, you could, or open up on another tab. You could go My Bitlectro, and then so the guys are ready. If that one did get stuck, which happens once every probably like 4% of the time, so unfortunately it happened on stream. But
13.523 was the number on that.
23. 13.523. Cool. So I got Brett right now working on that to kind of push the reveal there for you. So yeah, every once in a while, just with how the tech is, it gets kind of hung up. But yeah, we'll push that through for you right now so we can see what you get.
That's why I got you guys here. I mean, this is live action, and like a lot of the times, like when we're doing these things, like not even like claiming anything, it's like almost a live action meeting where we're able to look at these things together, able to see these things together, and see how they work and see how they compute. Because this is my first time going through it, and I'm glad to have you here as the pro, as the shepherd walking me as the sheep through this NFT space, because I can't.
Apparently, it's done as well. That quick. It's done, Novo. Apparently, so whether it be on OpenSea, if you want to go check on there, or if you go to My Bitlectro on the top right corner as well. In just a moment, once we kind of let everything refresh. But on the back end, Brett just texted me. It is done. It's weird how the photos aren't showing up though. That's interesting. We're pushing so many updates on our new site. We keep adding more features to it, that each day we're finding, whether it be a little bug, but we're adding 5 features, then we have to fix 1 bug. That's kind of our wheelhouse over the past
Well,
you know,
not to
week or
mention
so.
I'm streaming and I have 5 people streaming and cleaning. So I mean, it's something on my end for sure. You know,
Who knows? Who knows?
I could see the power energy grid dimming down in my neighborhood very much, just like Clark Griswold turning on the lights to his house for at holiday time. So
I love it. I love it. That's funny.
15, 5,
Yeah.
26.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Damn, sweet. I like it. I like the
Ooh,
glasses.
that's
That's so sick.
Yeah,
And
a little
you can
astronaut
sound on
outfit.
too. You can hear the
Nice.
track.
Dude, that's
So
dope.
fun. The astronaut's so sick.
And then come on, you got the shades too. I mean, this is
Exactly.
like perfect. Straight on. You know,
Last time you got the redeemable cassette. This time you got the Crypto Novo glasses, basically, right there, right away.
you got it, man. That the NFT karma is continuing for me because that is just dope. I mean, that was
dope.
something. I mean, the clothing, the astronaut is out of this world. I'll call it right now. Oh, you even have like the beat number on there too, huh? That's something new. So you're actually the beat number, music drum 22.
The music production was made a little bit differently this time as well. So there was a different, when Keel put it through the MIDI, which was through a Sega Genesis, there was a different program that he used to kind of match the key and the pitch. So the sound of it is a little bit not only different, but a little bit more polished, we think, than the Dream Loops tracks. So it's kind of, again, it's just that maturing into our, project, our second collection. We want to dial it in a little bit more, right? So
then right here, this was a good point brought up by Limp Handy, nice name. If the music's playing, it's been revealed, right? I mean, the metadata did go through, so it really probably wasn't anything on your end, anyways. We just probably just had to be patient,
Fair, yeah. Maybe it would have refreshed. Who knows?
Let's see.
It's so funny. The first night when we launched, all of us, we all had a couple, and we all sit on Discord, and the whole team started unwrapping them, and it was the exact same experience where it's like we unwrapped, I don't know, maybe 10 in total or something like that across the whole team, but it's like one got hung and we all panic. We all go, do we wait? And we're so impatient. We don't want to. We just want to know what we got right away. So
it's the way it is. So like right now for this was the gas for this was $36 for this. So I mean, I don't know how you guys have that figured. Who's picking up the rest of the tab, but I know ETH's going down, so there are I mean, gas is expensive, but not in the case for unfreezing this. And that is cool that you did put the extra time and energy of having a cool unveiling rather than just whatever, rather than it's just there and it just shows up, because it is like a package that you're unveiling.
Totally right. And it also gives you the opportunity where if you picked up a bunch of wrapped ones or frozen ones, you can choose when to open them one at a time. So like if you have a really cool event coming up, you could the night before you go out, sit down, unwrap one. So it's the same thing. We went on vacation, like in New York. I sat down one night, unwrapped a Dreamer. I thought it was really fun.
All right, prep.
Here we complete. Go. Let's see if it goes. So you see how it's closed? Yeah, I'll open up. Let's see. Maybe we'll let it load for a minute too. We'll be a little bit more patient this time.
Mm-hmm. Any questions from anyone else, from like Jason or Nack or Chris?
I had a question. I was reading your description. So this is CC0 license?
Yeah.
That's
so it allows cool. Yeah, it allows the user to use whether you have like a YouTube channel or a Twitch stream. Like Novo uses a Dream Loops track as his intro song, which is really cool. Yeah, it kind of gives people the opportunity to use the track for whatever they feel. And we think that is we think that's important and useful. I think that's just such a nice use case. Like, we're all touring artists three of us on the group, or on the team rather, are touring musicians, and I'm a magician. And oh man, a handheld. Oh Novo. Oh, a handheld. Oh no, that's so sick.
Yeah.
That's rare. That's really cool.
Oh, Trippy Labs is gonna love that.
Let's see. Done.
Deez is gonna love that, and just that mushroom outfit looking. I mean, it almost just looks like my tassel hat too. I mean, it's purple and green.
Novo's luck is consistently surprising, is what I'll say. That's incredible.
Whoa. That is
nice
awesome.
One.
That is awesome, man. I'm gonna have to go back in there and dig into those a little bit more, but I want to get on to some of our other guests, and some of them. One of them you guessed kind of helped me find. So how about you? Maybe a good transition over here to our next guest. Hey, first of all, thank you. Really cool stuff.
No worries.
Thanks, you and your team and your crew. But how about maybe a good transition point right now?
Yeah, this is really exciting. So over the past a couple months and going into New York and things like that, we met with the team at Society of the Hourglass, and Gabe and I, so our founder Gabriel Allred and myself, we're kind of helping them out with their project coming up, and it's just a really solid project with a really solid team, and I'm not really one to shill, to be honest, but I wanted to shill these guys to you and introduce them to you because, yeah, we had such a good time in New York, and kind of the tech that they're developing is really exciting as well, and it's just a project that kind of it tickles my fancy. I remember growing up with Where's Waldo, and this is an NFT Where's Waldo essentially, which is really exciting. And it's the bridge also between physical and digital with like a physical book. I'll let them explain more, but I'll just introduce them. So we have Josh and Chris from Society of the Hourglass here tonight, which is really exciting.
Josh, Chris, how are we doing? Time to talk about the Society of Hourglass. First of all, give us the rundown of what it is and, what you guys have been up until this point.
Yeah. Chris is good. I'll let Chris do the rundown, but just to call out, we brought a buddy with us tonight. He's kind enough to join us, even though he's on EST time zone. Dilip's here from the Jump Cut Media team.
Yeah,
we'll talk about what that's about here in a minute, and would love to give him a minute too to kind of share the Jump Cut Media story and how we're working together. But Chris, you want to give kind of the rundown of Society?
Sure thing. Let me make sure this works. Can you see my screen all right?
Let's see here. You are, your screen's live action.
Working? All right. So to Jason's point, what we talked about at the very outset was, our background is building tools. We're entrepreneurs, software developers, and creators, and we've built and sold a few businesses in the tech space. And in that process, we recognized from a background, especially in e-commerce, the importance of making better customer experiences to make it easy. NFTs already have a pretty steep learning curve. A lot of people are just freaked out about moving money around so willy-nilly, as it were, and MetaMask and everything else. So we said there's an opportunity to build better tools. The best way to do that is to make a project so we can understand all sides of the equation, because we've been collectors and traders for a while, but we hadn't done a project of the similar scope. So reached out to an old buddy of mine who was an old roommate, and he's a children's book illustrator, and we said, let's make something mass market that's interesting and cool, that spans any generation, like interesting to kids but also fun for adults. And we came up with this concept of these time traveling historical figures from various eras who turns out they actually knew how to time travel, and that's how they're able to do some of the things that they did in history. And they're competing to join the society. It's the Society of the Hourglass. So there's these 12 competitors. Along with them, there are a bunch of citizens of varying types. So we didn't squash any of our ambition here. We're trying to make a narrative world. We are making one. And so that means a lot more variety in our character types. So these are all of the base character types. And, with that, then there's 10 eras. You've got Ice Age and Mars base, cyberpunk Los Angeles, ancient Rome, Wild West, Caribbean pirates, and a number of other ones too, feudal Japan. And you can see some of those characters are starting to show up here. And in that too was the idea, let's do a seek and find book similar to Where's Waldo, like Jason mentioned. And along with that, we're partnering with Jump Cut Media to have them help produce and explore and sell ultimately some kind of an animated series or feature-length film. So we're already bringing on that development partner because we know that it takes that kind of effort early and at the outset to try to grow all of the pieces together to have this media property. So it's kind of like this generation's, you could say, Magic School Bus meets Bill and Ted meets National Treasure meets Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
Yeah. So anyway, that's the overview of the project as a whole. And we've done an initial Mint Pass collection. It's called the Cabin of Curiosities. So that dropped on November 4th. And that allowed people to have Mint Passes plus some extra utility for a few of those items to do for the main collection. And yeah, we're pretty stoked. There's a lot to be done, but we're nearly done with all of the art, and it's a pretty good feeling. We've been working hard for a while.
And
Yeah, I mean,
I notice
we
how
don't
it
have-
is very individual, as every single one of these, characters, historical timepieces are individually drawn and, put in there. And, can you talk a little bit about the art behind it?
Yeah, let me pull up another screen for you. I've got Photoshop up so I can kind of show you some alpha of how we build. Let me know when you can see it.
We are, give it a
Oh,
second.
sick.
Okay, so here's a dude. He's what we call a stocky, and they have different traits. Some of them are more rare than others. One of them, like every character, has a kind of animal companion potentially. So this one's got a feudal Japan lucky cat. Obviously, you can see I can give him a pipe. He's got a pointed hat if I want. I mean, we can just kind of stack these things, but you get the sense of all the different, you can see we've got this single character with all the layers on the right. I don't know if I can zoom in enough or you can see, but there's, each one of these represents an era. And then we've got a whole slew of different attributes, as it were. So, this is his robot arm. Obviously, I'm just kind of doing things here in Photoshop, so not everything. But you can see that it's a lot of complexity to have all these stacked layers to have a full-bodied character. If I want to take his hair off, let's give him a mullet. You can see
It's awesome. You guys seeing like the creation. I mean, I don't even want to ask how many hours you've played with this. That's what I would call it, playing. Some would consider this maybe work, but I could see myself just getting lost for hours on end and like having the sunrise.
Me too.
Just playing.
Yeah, which is why we don't let many people on the team have access to these Photoshop files, because it's like, oh, paper doll time over here in your thing. Anyway, so I'll just but Josh, you were going to mention stuff. I'll just build a different character while we talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the thing about the book, I mean, the animated series film is exciting in and of itself. I don't know many other projects that are taking that as seriously, who've brought on an actual, production team to help with that, outside of Stoner Cats, and they got Mila and Ashton backing them, and whatever opinions are about that. But I think what's interesting about the book itself is there's a second reveal, right? Like we don't have a cool. I love the Bitlectro Labs team and their projects. I love the reveal process. Our secondary reveal really is the book, right? Like you get a first edition, like special first edition copy of the book as an NFT holder, and you get to go see, did my NFT make it in the book, which I think is a special event in and of itself. It is like a second reveal that happens, which is unique and different, I think.
I think that's awesome, because then now your NFT, your character is Waldo, possibly in a book where people are trying to seek and find it, and it's
Right.
perfectly hand in hand. And then obviously you can pull that same type of thought process into an animated series, in any capacity.
Right.
If it's
there's a lot of fun.
animated series, if it's set up like a comic book. So then now people are looking for maybe not even the highlighted one, but their own. So it's always like, all right, I found the premiere one, the one with the pirate with no pants on, but I'm looking for mine too,
Yeah. And then, I think another call out just about the collection, the competitors, there's kind of 12 main competitors. They're going to be more rare than the citizens. There's these 14 different base type citizens. So you got there's a nice layering of rarity happening in there with 10 like there's 12 competitors across multiple eras, so there's only like 60 to 70 different versions of them. But also unique about the competitors is we've really tried to be intentional about highlighting lesser known historical characters and bringing a diversity to that a lot of us didn't grow up getting the kind of diverse histories of other cultures. So we've been intentional around how do we bring those stories that aren't being told? How do you represent those in this?
More of an
project.
educational aspect rather than telling people the stories they've already heard through years and
Yeah.
years, regurgitated.
Yeah. And if you go in our Discord, there's a dossier on every competitor, and there's like you learn even just in the Discord, you can go learn about these really fascinating, like, linchpin characters from history that are from cultures that not whatever culture you grew up in, there's diversity in there for you to go find out about someone unique from history. And obviously we're having fun with those characters, and there's some fun spins in there, but baked into that fun is real facts too. So it's a nice blend, I think.
Yeah, this guy's shouldn't have a shirt on. He's a proper
beach attire is ready to go.
I like what you just working it there, Chris. This is cool to see.
Yeah, I like looking at the behind the scenes, and just Chris, as Josh was talking, you could tell like was really zoning in and just going ham on these different
Yeah.
Yeah, you completely changed it up here right in front of our eyes. So cool to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to output all the layers and then have them. But one of the things that's cool is we built our own custom utility for quickly previewing these characters before we do the full sized thing, which as we've shown it to different teams that are interested in our platform that we've been building, they're all like, how can I get my hands on this? Because I could really quickly preview what they're doing before we do the full res outputs. And it allows you to also, it's building in the metadata from the very beginning. So you're able to essentially see how the metadata applies and then see these previews and kind of tweak your settings to basically ensure that you have the right spread of rarity across the collection and then output it. So it makes it a lot easier for a creator to say like, okay, what do I need to tweak? And do I have all the things that are required to make this work? So that's a super popular aspect of that, as we've done a couple demos of the behind the scenes tools that we're building for our own team and for our own purposes.
And that's like a learning experience right there. It was just telling and teaching others how to maneuver and manufacture something in this space. I mean, some people can copy and paste it. Some people can do whatever one of ones, but to actually go through and make a huge, collection like this is, shows how tedious it can be, and the time actually put into all this type of stuff is, the most important thing. Cause I mean, the time that's put into it, we're seeing through the quality of work in here. So, going through the Society of the Hourglass right here, physical meets digital, you have the pre-sale access, your unique one-of-one artwork, and then, it's about the society right here. So it does have the timeline of, the featured society members that they're trying to highlight. If you scroll down a little bit more is the projected roadmap right here, building the community, the mint passes, which you guys have already talked about. And then, the public minting right here. So it looks like we're going to have 8s are wild in this, 8,888 of these particular NFTs, correct?
That's right. Yeah, it'd be great.
So I noticed you guys said competitors a couple times. Can you maybe go into what the competitor aspect would be?
So within the lore and the story, these are famous individuals from history competing across, imagine like a TV show, like The Greatest Race or something, where people are trying to join the society. So they're pledging to join the society, as it were, these famous individuals from history, and forming temporary teams to do so. And in that process, they're going to different time eras and solving challenges, as it were. Trials is what we call them in the story. And maybe some things go awry in that process, which is why you start to get time swapped characters. But I'd love to make sure we have some room for Dilip to talk about some of the things he sees that are exciting about.
You were reading my mind. He's been patiently waiting. I don't know if he was just watching you render, another one. But Dilip, what do we got going on? How do you work into this equation here?
Yo, thanks for having me, guys. Super excited about the Society of the Hourglass project. I'm from Jump Cut Media. We work on democratizing Hollywood, and our hope is to make TV and film development more community-centric and bottom-up. So we work with a lot of underrepresented and talented filmmakers, and we bring them in with digital communities. We've done that with both Web 2 and now Web 3, and we love harnessing the collective creativity of communities to actually have input in storytelling and building out a world, building out lore. And I think what really excites us about the Society of the Hourglass project is I mean, the visuals are crazy. Like the illustrations are amazing, and the lore and creative foundation is already really strong, and the project hasn't even fully dropped yet. And we're seeing community members writing their own fan fiction, writing really high quality stories. We think this community is really special. So we're really eager to come in, and we've worked with a lot of big Hollywood players. Like we have shows with Disney and Steven Spielberg's company, Amblin, and others. But what makes us really different from all those players is that we really work with the community. Like your traditional Hollywood production company would just take this world, take this IP, and go off on their own and make their own TV show around it. But our goal is to make the community really the creator, and we're sitting in the Discord with them. And after the drop happens, working with them to solicit ideas about their characters, their ideas for who the voice actors should be for those characters, what some of the storylines should be. And we're bringing in all that Hollywood talent to work directly with this community to build out that show. So it's something that's authentic, not just kind of like a thing that's bolted on at the end. It's the community behind this project is really core to building out the world and the lore, as will apply to the TV project and whatever else.
I had no idea about any of this. And a lot of the stuff I do on the show, I bring people on and learn. And Dilip from Jump Cut, from what you guys have been doing, like zero clue. And then you just, whatever, that 1 minute, 2 minute elevator pitch there makes perfect sense. And you bridging the gap from, you said it yourself, from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Yeah, it's at our doorstep right here. I mean, brilliant. And you're able to solidify, a great NFT project. I mean, is this the first venture for you guys with an NFT project right now?
Yeah, this is the first big NFT drop we've been working with. We've experimented with a few other like interactive storytelling things with creators, but we think for our first big push, like we couldn't pick a better project and partners than Chris, Josh, and the entire team. So
And I'm going to give some credit to Jason because, I have been following Bitlectro Labs since kind of their beginning, and I just love the aspect of just being the first. I've always been allured to that in the NFT space, with CryptoPunks being the first out there, and then Justin Aversano with being the first photographer, and then, first sound brought into the NFT space. And, this is like the perfect collaboration right here. So when Jason says like, hey, you know what, I do have a project I might want to, as he says, shill, for me, it's me learning. I do this one. And that's why I do bring the common people back on that do have successful projects and who are making cool things. So like, not only that, like I said it before, like these turn into almost like live business meetings when we're talking and learning through these things. Cause we do have other members that are on this panel right now, like Nack. Nack, I'll get you in a minute. Don't worry. But like, it's something where other projects can maybe now come to you because they do have the same vision, and now you can project their voice. Because one thing I wanted to do personally and selfishly with my CryptoPunk is not sell it for $1 million. I want to make $1 million off of it. And a way that people are doing that is they're able to take their NFT at any entry level and create a story behind it. And then once you get story, you have content. Once you have content, then you have maybe secondary sales going off of merchandise, et cetera, et cetera. So you're an accelerator in this. You're like a bottle of gasoline ready to put on these flames and have this thing go up. And I think it's really cool. And I learned something because there are people looking for these bridges and these gaps. What I've been trying to do with these specific AR filters is give them that flexibility where they can just come on there and spit their game just off the top of their head, live action. But there are mediums where you do want it refined and you do want it badass, for lack of a better term. And it looks like we're able to do that in multiple areas with collaborations like you guys have just formed or did form before. How about a little background, or how maybe how about a background on how you guys got connected, and then maybe how people can maybe connect to you if you wanted to use your service here?
Yeah, absolutely. We got connected originally through like a mutual friend who's like another NFT artist, but we linked up at NFT NYC. Yeah, again, incredible week. I feel like so many people made connections there, and we got to chatting and found out that we had really similar visions for, the kinds of storytelling we wanted to do with NFT projects and how we wanted to really involve communities closely in that. So yeah, we linked up that way. And you can find us at jumpcutmedia.com or find me on Twitter, Dilip S. Rajan. And if you're interested in, again, in kind of this model of how do we tell stories, not just from like a single person or like top down, but how do we involve these Web3 communities and building out lore and stories for TV and film and graphic novels and all those things. I'm always eager to chat.
There you go, jumpcutmedia.com. I want to make sure I have the right website here, so correct me if it's not the right one. Uh-oh, my link's not coming over. Get over here.
Yeah, that's us.
Like that?
It's exciting.
There you go.
Dude, pretty dope. I'm gonna have this a good transition to Nack. Nack, what are you thinking of this type of merger here, this type of technology where you're able to get an NFT, mix with trying to make some live or some content, because Nack, you have an NFT that just came out here and people have been raving about it, and I've had a lot of good good response from having you on last time. So how have we been all the way from the Philippines? Check your mute button, check your volume. Volume check. I got your mouth moving. Let's see if we can get some volume there, my friend.
Hi guys.
There we go. How we doing?
Finally. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Hi. Hello everyone. So yeah, I'm learning a lot of things, just listening to you, because I'm kind of lonely here. I'm an artist, and unfortunately my team doesn't wake up to help me here. So yeah, just listening to you guys, I'm learning a lot of things, like the utilities, the art, everything. Yeah. I guess I have a lot of things that I'll go and talk with my team, because yeah, I love I love what you guys are doing, and like everything. From my perspective, I kind of look up at you guys when I join here, and when I sit here and listening to like you guys speaking, I kind of look up to you and try to listen and learn as new things as possible, because I don't have my team here. The ones that are like kind of like professionals in the NFT space are my team. I am very new to this space. I've joined in the NFT space for like about 2 or 3 months, and I'm still learning new things. And the fact that I'm the only one here and my team isn't here is basically I'm just sitting here and trying to learn as much things as possible from you guys, and it's very exciting to
well, we got to learn something from you, my friend, because right now you have 3,500 followers, and your FishbowlHeads. I've used the word cute, but I've had a lot of people contact me with the tribute one that you were able to, make, and tell us a little not only about your project, but since the last time we spoke, what has been new with the project? What's been the new revealing within the FishbowlHeads? Because last time we spoke, we had the countdown until you couldn't buy these anymore. Now you have to get them only on OpenSea.
Yeah, so basically the reveal just happened for, I guess, 24 hours ago. So the reveal is happening. I'm not sure that if the OpenSea has refreshed their metadata, finished refreshing it yet. But yeah, the reveal just happened about 24 hours ago, and if you like can see, they are very the art is just like the combination of a fish bowl with a fish inside, and different environments, different clothes. The style is kind of like cute and family friendly style, and
cute and clean, and that that's the main reason why most of your team is still sleeping, because you guys just got done dropping all this, and even when I was talking with you guys before, it was just like I hit you guys up a couple hours after you made the tribute piece. I'm like, hey, you guys want to come on? And you graciously came on after like 0 hours of sleep, and that's just the grind and the hard work that happens in this space. We hear it all the time. It shows that dedication and passion behind it. And don't sell yourself that you've only been in the space only a couple months, because you take that, and what I do is I times everything by 7, like in dog years. So if you've only been in the space for 2 months, times that by 7, and there's the real math behind it in my mind, because you are sitting here learning, and this is an accelerated space where it's tough to get all the information delegate it at once and figure out what you're doing. But you've crafted yourself very well through this space in what you've claimed the short amount of time you've been in there. Because I can just see simply by your followers, simply by just the nice, clean, sleek look that you have with your simple fishbowl heads, and then even the roadmap you have. Why don't we talk a little bit about your roadmap?
Yeah, so basically, after the review, um, I'll try my best to talk about the roadmap and utilities and everything because
I know that's not your specialty. I know that's someone else
yes,
on your
yes,
team.
yes, that's my team. But basically, for the roadmap, I'll speak about our major utilities that's gonna happen is the NFT Academy that we'll try my best to work on. So my team, his name is VJ. He has been like teaching people and bringing people into NFT space for maybe a long time, and yeah, he has hosted like 300 people Zoom call and like teaching them about NFT space. And when he found me, he reached out to me like, can you like draw the stuff? So I joined him to the project, and his vision is to build an NFT academy so that we can teach people, we can guide people through the NFT space. And that's what he did to me also. So when I first joined the space, uh, I know nothing. I was alone and struggling, and he guide me and teach me like who to follow, what to do, what should I do if I'm a solo artist, what should I do if I am building a team, building a community. So yeah, he and basically by building an NFT academy, I kind of see myself in there because yeah, I know nothing before, and now I'm with you guys. I learn a lot of things, and his vision is to build an academy, like a school that teach people about NFT, the basic stuff, terminologies, the crypto, the basics of NFT. And I think we're still not sure if whether we're gonna build it on our website or in our Discord server. And yeah, that's one of the major utilities of the project. Maybe it will be like some resource that you guys can go and read and do a multiple question quiz to test your knowledge about NFT space. And every now and then we'll have like a live sessions in a Zoom call or Discord server. Yeah, that's our major because like you said, this even though yeah, there are a lot of projects coming out every day, but we still think that this space like NFT, we are very early in this age. There are still so many people coming, and yeah, they need to learn something. They to
Well,
invest or
about
to build art.
98% of the world has no idea what an
Yeah,
NFT is. So we
yeah,
are at the
that's right.
forefront of all this. And you know what?
Yeah,
I did start somewhere very similar to you. I didn't even know what a freaking MetaMask wallet was 2 years ago. No idea about
Yeah.
anything. I hopped on a Discord, and luckily it was a CryptoPunks Discord, and it changed everything for me.
wow.
And my goal as Crypto Novo was to make sure that I'm teaching people the same things that someone taught me: how to get a MetaMask wallet if they needed to, how to look into a good project, how to know what's right and wrong in the space so they can make their own decisions based on information that they've learned from themselves. And it's very similar to the exact same initiative that you're trying to do, is give back to, potentially the people that are helping you out, make
Yes,
a name and a mold for yourself. So tassel hat off to you for just not for keeping the education process going. The same thing that we just saw with Hourglass NFTs, where they're bringing historical reference
yes,
from different cultures that sometimes get overlooked, and from what they learned in kindergarten, but they actually can have more of a knowledge base of other things that are happening out in the world. And that's just awesome and cool to see. And I've seen a lot more NFTs doing that because people want that accessibility and having that access to learn about proper ways of going about doing cool things in the NFT space.
yes, exactly. That's what we do, right? That's what everybody here is doing because there's so many people that still like gonna come like in like later years or one or two. So yeah, a lot of people is gonna get lost, and a lot of people are gonna like lose money, and that's what we do. We guide them, and we try our best to like teach them and like protect them from like any scam or everything.
And I think that's the thing with the NFT space is at the end of the day, I don't view it as, I'm gonna lie, if I don't view it as just making a little money in here and there. That'd be dumb of me to not say that. But like at the end of the day, you want a cool NFT in your wallet, you know. So it's not about the price. And this is the one that actually I did buy and claim from you guys, number 389 right here. And this is actually the first. I was kind of saving this for tonight. This is like opening, just like we were doing with the Dreamers. This is like opening my
Love this.
baseball card packs. You know,
Thanks,
and
thanks.
so now I get to check out the metadata on this, where I'm having the blue background, and then I have my dark blue fishbowl, so I have a blue on blue cover there. My clothes is just a nice simple zip up jacket, which is almost like what is that game? Man, my son plays it all the time. I can't think of it. My environment is in the desert, which I find hilarious in a fishbowl, having a desert and a cactus. And then my fish is just a nerd. He's got the nerd glasses on again, and I love just having that glasses look. You know, it's just awesome. You talk to us a little bit about, you know, how you first came behind the design of FishbowlHeads, because I noticed the different attributes you have. There's 30 different bowls, 51 different environments, 51 different clothes, and 51 different fish.
Yeah. So basically, I was a solo artist first, right before my team found me, and I was just like drawing like things and putting it on OpenSea. And the first thing that I did is I was drawing the Mysterio from Spider-Man. So it has a bow on his head.
Oh yeah, I'm
green,
familiar with
and a green,
Mysterio. Yep.
yeah, I'm a green suit. And basically when I draw that, I just like went with like this kind of look like fishbowl, and I try to put the fish into it, put clothes, different environment into it, and yeah, just try to make it look fun, you know. And then the team found me and like invited me to this
And then
project.
the rest writes itself.
And then the rest was just me like playing with my like imagination, sitting like the whole night drawing, and the time passed very fast, you know, when you draw, and like you don't even know like how many hours you have been sitting. Yeah,
And that's the
it
thing,
was
is
very
then you're
fun.
just having fun with it. You're doing the art that you've you know, pretty much grown up doing. I'm trying to find it somewhere in my Twitter. The tribute one you did send. I probably tweet too much.
I was just gonna say that honorary is so dope.
Oh yeah,
Just can't
thanks.
find it. Where is it? It's in here. That's why I wanted it back on. Here it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just love it, you know. And almost going back to Bitlectro Labs, I had a physical tape that I got in with one of my NFTs, and then here on the
That's so
shirt as
sick.
well, I got that physical tape right there as well. And I think it's
Dope.
that same almost color green too. That got that turquoise
is.
in there.
Yeah.
So I
That's
don't know.
so sick.
It's weird how the cosmic the NFT cosmic overlap is on sometimes on these things. And then, you know, it's just also the attention to detail that you did put in there. Some of the viewers might have not noticed there is like a little broadcasting restream right here. I do have like a little desk set up for my side hustle takes place here. So, you know, Nack, awesome. I love this stuff. I appreciate it. I'm seeing some pretty good sales on OpenSea here too. I mean, you got something going good here, man.
Yeah, you know, for that surprised me. Surprised us also. For somehow like one was just sold for 1 ETH last night, and I don't know what happened. But yeah,
Congrats, man. That's huge. And
Thanks.
I'm seeing 636 owners.
man.
Like, that's huge, bro. Hats off.
Thanks.
Yeah, for your first
Thanks, man.
project, you should
Yeah.
be proud.
Thank you, man.
Any other
It's
questions
been
for
a bumpy road, you know.
Yeah. Any questions
Yeah.
for Nack while we got him here?
I think
Nack,
I'm
how
gonna get one. I like them.
I was going through your Instagram, and you have like a distinct style that you've been going with for a
Wow.
while. Like, can you talk about how you kind of found that style?
Actually, it's been a very long time. I have been drawing like this since I was a kid, and you know, I don't know if I can answer that exactly, but this is kind of you the kind of things that you draw when you were a kid, you know, like simple stuff and cute stuff. And it was a lot messy back then, but when I stopped drawing for a while, and I was thinking like, what should I draw when I like get back to drawing, and I kind of picked up my old style and like cleaning up a little bit, like tidy things up and make this looks like nice and clean style that I like picked up, and I like have been using it for a while now.
So I
And
think
thank you for noticing my Instagram. You know that's a big thing. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So I think the answer he's saying there is he was born with this style, and he came out of the he got delivered out of the store, and he just started making these things. Here's one for Tony Herrera right here with the ether cards on it, squiggles. You know, I mean, it's just cool stuff, like cool stuff like that, man. And man, I hope you build their confidence with this, because I just like digging through this. Here's a Gary V one.
Yeah,
Just cool. Props. Hats off to you.
thank you. Yeah, you know,
actually,
coming into NFT space, it changed everything for me. Before this, I was drawing also, but before I came into NFT space, I was, you know, very like not confident with my style, because like people will say it looks childish, you know, like this simple and clean style. But yeah, when I came into NFT space, somehow my style is appreciated, and that changed everything for me.
Well, if you need to get this possibly streamed, I know someone on the live stream right here who can possibly help you out. If you need to take this to the next level, you know, jump cut right here. You know, you have the Society of Hourglass as well. So, you know, once it's time, if you got to work that into the roadmap, I mean, it'll be a great educational piece as well. But I want to also educate people on an upgrade to one of my viewers, and also, man, I think I own for something from everyone on this set. So I'm going to have to get something from Royal, the Society of the Hourglass here. But Mr. Sesh here, my friend, I'm seeing a new blue check mark. Let's see. I got to get the right page up here. A new blue check mark on the warp speed right here. When did that happen? When did that sneak in there?
So it happened, I want to say, a couple days ago, or yes, I haven't slept all night, so my perception of time is all messed up right now. But it was like yesterday or day before. Yeah, my profile got verified on OpenSea. I think like one of my friends who's been helping me out like sent an email or something. I have no clue what happened. There's like an angel over at OpenSea that just messes with me, I guess. I have no idea, but it was pretty amazing to see.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Why don't you talk about, because I think the last time we came on, I could probably look when I last bought your piece, but I mean, that must have been like a month ago, and you know, that might have been in crypto years, that's 7 months ago. So
right.
A little breakdown of how you got to this point. You know, I mean, we have verification here on Twitter. We got verification here on OpenSea, and that just proves, one, hard work, two, the connections that you're making, and three, you know, I mean, the product of the you know, the work behind your product that people are noticing.
Yeah, I mean, you were probably one of the first people to, you know, see the vision and invest in me, and I'll always appreciate you, forever grateful for that. And we did a live buy on stream also. One of my friends bought, and then you bought, which was a total surprise. And as you said, bro, it just started a snowball, and I'm also like brand new to the space. I dropped the collection like as a foray into the space, and I probably should have spent time with the community, but I learned by just diving in, you know, and that's just the way I learn. So I'm glad I did drop the collection. And since then, you know, I've kind of figured out how the NFT space works, and I'm just active on spaces every day, not really shilling, but just trying to provide my value to the community, making genuine connections with people, you know, just grinding every day in that way to do what I can for the community. And since then, I think I've only have 4 left now out of the 40. Which is big for me, because you know, I'm really patient. I'm in it for the long term, and this first drop was just kind of experimental, but I'm super stoked, man. I'm super stoked to be in this space that's super uplifting. And what you talked about before, like everyone who receives anything, they kind of pay it forward, right? And it's just I feel grateful to be a part of this community.
And that's what it is. It is that community aspect. And I kind of, I don't know, we stumble on each other just because of the other photographers that you were hanging around in the community. I kept on seeing, you liking and retweeting common things I was liking and retweeting. And then, just extending that olive branch out very, very simply to, talk about your work. And I could see other aspects of it. And for me, I like hearing about how everything's made, because you can look at any image and you can see, what you want to see, but actually to hear how it's made, like my biggest thing, and I know the answer to it now, is just like, well, where was this made? I live in Chicago. I'm familiar with the L system. It kind of looks like an L system, like, around my hometown, but it's not, because I saw the buildings were different. And then right. I learned something from Justin Aversano about photography, and like was able to use words like, are you able to, to hold the camera lens open to get a better view of a moving thing like it, and, have the aperture change on your photography. So to me, it's a learning process, just like anyone else coming into the space. So how about a little rundown of, the background of how these images were formulated, and
sure.
Maybe even what's coming next, because that's what I want to hear, because I know what you have done.
Yeah, sure. Like, just to recap for the new people, these images were taken in Dubai on the metro station, kind of in the nighttime. I was totally by myself on the train, so I snagged that last spot where the window peeks out into the city as you're moving around, and it kind of just goes in a circle. And so I didn't have a tripod on me. I'm sitting there with my lens pressed against this window. And so all these images are like long exposures, ranging anywhere between like 1 second to 30 seconds, depending on the image. And so with these long exposures, it's really important for you to stay still as to get the smooth, clean, blurred lines. This one, I believe, was the one that was 30 seconds long. And so this series of images is, entitled The Warp Speed, and it's kind of representative of, the ephemeral nature of life, and kind of encouraging people to be grateful for the moment. And Dubai was kind of the perfect city to encapsulate this theme, because it's one of the fastest growing cities in the world. There's more cranes than buildings. They're always constructing. So that was the kind of the emotional takeaway that I wanted people to have when they came across my collection here as the first one.
And this is the one I purchased here because I really wanted to have that L transaction, like it coming by. I mean, this reminds me of just getting on the L after a late night in Chicago, heading back with some friends, back home or whatever it may be, leaving a Cubs game, a Bears game, anything like that, where you're using that public transportation. So like, that's how I assimilated and related to your pieces. Because I mean, it does bring back images of, what I thought of cool things, happening, in my past, in my personal upbringing. So what's next? What do you got next? What's on the docket next? Are you planning to release more images? Are you working hard on this? Or are you just, I'm seeing 26 owners out of 40 images. That's awesome. You're spreading the wealth here.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, like right now, I'm just, like I said before, just staying active in the community, and I kind of figured out, how the NFT space works, right? So the photographer community is so cool. Everyone's looking out for each other. And so I'm just on Twitter Spaces every day, just trying to, either ask great questions or provide motivation for other people, paying it forward, or just even soak up the gems from everyone, because everyone's so smart. And the next immediate step that I do want to do, because I've known Justin and Justin Aversano and Dave Krugman for a while, and taking a page out of their book, inspired by them, I do want to start like my own blog that's in the works, highlighting other artists as well. Doing that for a little bit, and then maybe down the road, 6 months to a year, after I feel comfortable in my place in the community, I do have so many images that I've been shooting since 2014 from all over the world. I do want to drop them more as one of ones. And if you follow me on Twitter, I do kind of share some of them as like GMGN motivational type tweets here and there. So just building my place within the community, highlighting other creative individuals, and just trying to be a force within the community as well.
And that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen from you from the beginning. I mean, I was amazed before. I think when we last talked, you had like 15K.
Yeah, 14,000. I've gained 5,000 since then.
And I don't even think I have 5,000 followers, period. So, I mean, whatever you're doing, maybe I got to talk to you about how I.
And something that I highlighted the other day, I think I was following about 1,500 to 2,000 people, but like there's so many amazing artists and smart people in the space that it's all more than the followers. Like I want to highlight the following. Like there's been thousands of amazing artists that I'm just coming across, and my timeline is just filled with so much talent, uplifting people, smart people, you know what I mean? And I just come across an amazing project every day, and it just makes my life better, to be honest.
That's what it is. And I'm hearing a lot of that out of a lot of artists that are coming in and around the space where it's not work. It's just like the day goes by so fast because you're communicating with like-minded individuals. You're finding the next thing, like even you said, like you could put your photos out there, but you want to be more engaged. You want to help the others. You want to create blogs for others. And in turn, that's just going to create your fan base, and that's just how it works.
Right.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. I'm going to bring in, actually, it may not be so much NFT related, but CryptoPjr. And what he's going to be trying to do for me is I like kind of like extraterrestrial stuff. And I always use like aliens, apes, and zombies. So I'm going to touch base with him once a week so I can get my recap on what's happening in the extraterrestrial world. If it's Bigfoot or, I'm just fascinated with aliens too, and just other creatures that could be out there. So just like learning experience, I don't have time to hit the latest and greatest on all the web channels, but CryptoPjr, are you there? Is your mic working? Looks like you've.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, beautiful. I love the mask. I love the aliens in the background.
What mask?
How about a little bit about like. I just want to get back in the realm of just talking about the things that I used to talk about in the past, aliens, Bigfoots, like the allure of what's out there, even like deep sea things. And it's kind of like where I gravitated to aliens, apes, and zombies. One, it's a shout out to CryptoPunks being the top 3 rarest attribute classes, aliens, apes, and zombies. But also just like in my friends' discussion circles, we talk about these things all the time. So we got crypto in front of your name. You got an ETS behind it. I know you got some cryptocurrency because I followed you up here on Twitter, and I'm seeing what do you got? You got a glyph there?
Well, before these great artists came on, crypto was the unknown, and that's what we're here about. The last 2 years have been amazing for the cryptozoological UAP UFO community. I think what we're seeing right now is a renaissance of maybe what happened in the early 90s, let's say late 80s. And more eyes and ears are opening up to the possibilities that what you see with your senses may not be all there is. The other day, I found a great video of a guy had a doorbell, one of these Ring cameras, out in England, and actually saw one of these triangle-shaped UFOs. A lot of people are constantly asking for video, pictures to prove the existence of these strange occurrences. And I think, you can do a simple YouTube search and find an abundance of evidence that something's happening up there. Last year with Louis Elizondo of the ATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program for the U.S. military coming out, and also these videos of these craft, let's say, above, U.S. government naval ships, has really opened up a lot of eyes, especially skeptics, and in the past, people who would have laughed this off. Now, we're
seeing, and I agree with you on that. We're seeing a lot more credible people coming out with, higher res camera on these types of things. And for a while, I thought there was like a lull in it. Like, we didn't see a lot of them. Like prior to cell phones, me being in my mid 40s, prior to cell phones, you'd always see them like on these shows. And then all of a sudden, like when cell phone comes out, like, I'm like, why don't you see them anymore? But, maybe, and my thought is like, yeah, maybe they realize that we do have these things and we can, get images of them. So like, how do they, hide themselves a little bit better with all of this? But now we're seeing it more and more because our technology, I don't know if it's catching up with them. We have the infrared rays. We have, better technology at higher altitudes. So then you're able to see these things a lot more often.
Well, a lot of witnesses, I mean, just think you're standing in your backyard looking at the night sky. It's dark outside. All of a sudden you see something. Even pulling out a camera with today's cameras on your cell phone, if someone doesn't want to believe it, they're not going to believe it. And a lot of times you're just stunned by what you're seeing. By the time you do pull out your camera or whatever you have,
pretty much nowadays, yeah,
disappears. But I think the evidence is coming in that we're not alone. I mean, basically, we were all caught in this pandemic. But what the government did come out and say, the United States government, is that they have recovered material. There's aerospace companies in the United States, around the world, that actually have material that has been found. And this is not just some crazy, alien saying this. The government has this coming out in a report. Now, it kind of got buried in the headlines, but there's something going on. Now, is it otherworldly? Is it other dimension? Is it time travelers from the future? Is it humans coming back? We don't know, but something's going on. And, obviously at the end of the day, even if something landed, right in front of the White House, we still have to go to work tomorrow. So what does it really matter? But it is something to consider in your daily life that something is going on. How it all correlates to our whole life experience, it leads you down a path that this may not be all there is.
And I want to reach out and find more possibilities like this because I've always just been fascinated with it. And then connecting with you and getting you on the stream kind of gives me a resurgence in this type of thing. Would you be interested in coming back and maybe showing me some of these videos? I'm sure I can look them up myself, but to tell you the truth, I don't have the time to do this. And very similar to the great artists and developers and groups that we had on in the NFT space today, they teach me so much of this, and I want to turn this into an aspect where I can sit here and learn from it. And then not only that, you have obviously some crypto background. How could this relate to possibly turning this into an NFT, which maybe could be something further down the road, but I would like to explore something like that. And then getting some of these files and footages on chain. So it is maybe not credible, but just organized, saying, hey, Absolutely. This is from this source and this person, and that's it. And a lot of people have this footage. How can they maybe turn this into an NFT? So maybe to monetize it for themselves, but more importantly, to document it is my thought process on it. And then all of a sudden you have it documented on chain. Not saying it needs to be the real deal, because that's always up to an opinion, but I like discussions because discussions create different opinions, and different opinions create growth.
Well,
so
absolutely.
CryptoPjr, I want to revisit this. I kind of like the name Aliens, Apes, and Zombies. So what we'll do is we'll get you linked up for some screen sharing maybe next time, and then we can get you broadcasting some of these things, because I want to believe in the background. You know what? I always believe there's something else out there. It's just a matter of finding out what it is. I mean, it could be you for all I know. It could be me for all I know. And, with the technology that's going out here, I mean, you're seeing it in some of the AI technology that they have out there, in some of the tokens out there that is based around crypto currency, and how people are aggregating information using the blockchain with satellite research, with, pulling in different radio waves from space for the most part.
Absolutely. Even all this technology, NFT, Web3, are we all being groomed for something where this technology came from somewhere? We advance so quickly every year. So I want to thank you for having me, and the artists are just fantastic. And I believe this is an entire ecosystem. We're all connected. This whole planet's connected. When you look at us from space, we're a small little blue marble. And, we're on our own spaceship, so to speak. We are the visitors shooting through the universe. So thanks for having me. And I'd love to come back on and talk about a few things.
Hey, I like this perspective. I control the airwaves. I want to have you back on because I like talking about this stuff, and that's the way it's going to be. So we'll have you on. Very similar to I had my other guest on this show. I don't know, any extraterrestrial questions for CryptoPjr from
More
Chris?
of a comment. Yeah. I love this topic, to be honest. And I'm a huge fan of the show Ancient Aliens. I don't know if you guys mess with that show. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that show because it ties in a lot of the Hindu spirituality and lore as well.
Sure.
And so like a lot of it we actually like really, really believe in, and like the ancient scriptures that are like thousands and thousands of years old. And then, I've been to some of these temples in India too. It's like almost proof of what these theories have been, but it's like scientific, right? It's not really lore. The more you look into it, there's like a practical explanation for everything. So I'd love to hear more from you, PJR.
Absolutely.
Because I remember PJR just like talking prior to coming on the stream about just like there's freaking cave paintings with this stuff in there, and like the ink in the cave paintings are like true to form of, so I mean, even if they didn't maybe see anything, it was created. Someone thought of it back then, prehistoric. Investment stream right there. Ancient Aliens is awesome. I mean, I'm in the same boat. Like, it's one of those shows where you watch one like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed, and then one comes on like, oh, what's this one about? And then like 45 minutes later, you're like, I'm gonna watch the next one too.
Yeah, sure. You look at any old text, whether it's the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita, everything has some symbology of visitors coming with great powers and gifts. And time goes on. Time is so quick. Who's to say there wasn't something before ice ages and floods wiped away cities? There's stories from it, whether it be Atlantis or anything else. There's a lot to talk about.
And we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it more. I want to thank all the people who joined me. I mean, we had a real large panel today. Hold on. One more question or quote from Crypto Nova. Ancient Aliens, Indian texts have descriptions in the word of flying machines.
Yes.
Vimana. Yeah, Vimana.
Vimana. Yep. Well, hey. You know what? Maybe that's the name of a flyable NFT we can create. A drivable NFT. All right, we heard it here first. We're all smiling on that. All right, that live business meeting right here. That even within, and this is something we haven't thought about. The Hourglass NFT, you can maybe set something out in the future too. We can maybe get something like that. Doesn't have to be current day. Anything can happen in this space.
Yeah, maybe that's where time travel comes from.
The NFT, the aliens. All right. I'm going to circle back to you, PR. This is cool and fascinating. I love it. I love differentials. I'm fascinated by it. To everyone who is on this show, I mean, this is awesome stuff. I'm going to continue streaming and getting many people out there. We had Jason from Bitlectro Labs. We had a tribute piece right here. Nack the man, thank you very much. From FishbowlHeads. The Dreamers, you can still get yourself some Dreamers. There are some Dream Loops available as well. You can get those, and these are going to be dropped in a video game too. So I mean, you're going to be able to battle each other. Very similar, like an Axis Infinity type of game. And then we're right into Society of Hourglass. Presented to me from some of the alpha in the space. I love the cross collaboration with Jump Cut. Is it Jump Cut Studios? I mean, that's just sweet, man. That's just cool stuff all the way around. And make sure you're checking out the Society of the Hourglass right there. I love the aspect of it's just like, a seek and that's just awesome. That will probably be purchased for my family. Josh from Cartwheel is with us. We have Chris with us right now. So thank you guys as well. Nack, thanks for coming on. And then double verifications right here and getting 5,000 fans. So, keep up the hard work, man. And, You know,
Thank you, bro.
let me know what's next when you get the blog come out and going.
Mm-hmm.
Have the artist come on. Have it talk about how to do a sum up on the show. Like I would love to do that. Or if you want to interview him here first and then write the blog afterwards, pull the notes.
I love that. Yeah.
I would sit in on that. We're making content. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I love that idea, and I appreciate you always being here for me, man.
Cool. I'll just learn from the artist. You just take over the steering wheel. I sit back, relax, make myself a mimosa if it's in the morning. And then, PJR, man. I love the look, dude. That's just dope. I love you coming on like that. Peace, brother. All right. Well, for all my aliens, apes, and zombies, I got my Dream Loops outro music right here. I own it. I can use it. Use your NFTs. That's what I like to do with mine.
Let's go.
Get a better view here. Get us all in this look. All right. Well, that's Crypto Novo. If you need a filter, cryptonovo.io. If not, just follow me right here. I'm on all the time. Hopefully I don't annoy anyone about being on too much, but if you're watching me, you're loving me and I'm loving you back. So thanks for the show today and for the follow on Twitter. Yeah, you got it, John. All the time, anytime. We'll see you guys soon. This is Crypto Novo saying stay positive and love life. Peace.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.